Hello, dear viewers, ladies and gentlemen. This is EBC World English News with me, Shfaralako, and do stay with us as I take you through our selected brief updates for the hour, right after the following top stories. Ethiopian cargo service constitutes about 35% of Ethiopian revenue. And Farm Africa says small-scale farming projects are registering remarkable achievements in Ethiopia. Now, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has named an 8-member recruitment committee to engage in the recruitment of nominees to the position of chairperson of the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia, NEBE. The recruitment committee, which has been made operational recently, will start receiving propositions from the public in accordance with Article 102 of the Constitution and the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia Establishment Proclamation number 1133/2019. The Prime Minister shall establish an independent committee that will engage the recruitment of nominees to membership of the Management Board. Accordingly, Qasis Tagai Tadele has been appointed as chairman of the committee, whereas Professor Takatel Yohannes, Bayuh Bazabeh, Yohannes Banti, Kasaun Folo, Rgbe Gebra Hawaria, and Gidai Sheti, Engineer Malaku Zazo have been selected as members. It is to be recalled that former chairperson of NEBE, Burtukan Mideksa, resigned from the post on 26 June 2023. Moving on, the Speaker of the People's Representative of Ethiopian Parliament, Taggese Chafo, expresses optimism that Ethiopia and China are keen to strengthen their cooperation in the administrative sector and conducting researches. Speaker Taggese Chafo made the remark while receiving a delegation of the Chinese National Academy of Governance led by Professor Gong Weibin, for China is willing to impart its expertise to Ethiopia. On the occasion, Professor Gong Weibin affirmed commitment of the National Academy of Governance of China to share its experience with Ethiopian higher institutions in fields of research and training. The Ethio-China relationship is based on a win-win non-interference principle on internal affairs and for mutual benefits. It was stated on the discussion that the Chinese National Academy of Governance will sign MOU with the African Leadership Excellence Academy.
ሶሳ ከተማ ቤንሻንጉል ጉሙዝ አሶሳ መንገዷ ይመስላል።
And now let's turn our attention to stories selected for detailed analysis. Approached by Ethiopian news agency Ethiopian Airlines Group CEO Mesfin Tasso said that the cargo and logistics services constitutes about 35% of the Ethiopian Airlines Group's total revenues. The Gestanis has the following story from the Ethiopian news agency.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Mesfin said that Ethiopian currently has 16 fully dedicated cargo aircrafts and will soon receive a new cargo aircraft. Unrivaled in its network coverage, Ethiopian Cargo and Logistics Services provides a transport service to 60-plus destinations in Africa, where more than half of the cities are served with a mix of freighter aircraft, ensuring the safe and fast transportation of goods within and beyond the continent. Mesfin elaborated that the cargo business today constitutes about 30 to 35% of total revenue. Total revenue in the last fiscal year that ended in June was $6.1 billion, and around $2 billion of revenue was generated from the cargo and logistics services. Ethiopian is providing freight services to global customers in more than 125 international destinations in Africa, Middle East, Asia, Europe, and the Americas, with belly hold capacity and dedicated cargo destinations. The cargo and logistics services operates with a state-of-the-art cargo terminal, which is the largest in Africa and is fully automated with one of the latest cargo IT systems by adopting the latest aviation system and technologies to provide efficient freight services across the globe. Ethiopian is the largest cargo network operator in Africa and one of major global cargo carriers with a modern warehouse of 1 million tons storage capacity. The CEO pointed out, today, the airlines have 2 facilities and big warehouses specifically designed for cargo and perishable goods, and a certain facility to support with e-commerce will be added. Facilities being built specifically to conduct e-commerce, and it will be commissioned in the coming month by December 15. With Vision 2025, where the most parameters have been attained ahead of time, Ethiopian Cargo and Logistics Services is now on an even greater road to achieve its new Vision 2035. Ethiopian Seamless Air Cargo Service plays significant role in becoming inter-African trade and the active implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
The implementation of various agricultural projects aligned with small-scale farmers bear fruit to ensure food security by enhancing agricultural productivity in Ethiopia. Talking to EBC World Country Director of Farm Africa, Shawit Emmanuel, said agricultural pilot projects which have been implemented in small-scale farms are registering remarkable achievements in the country. Habtam Ashagri reports.
Ethiopia has a potential of millions of hectares of arable land that is conducive for agricultural activities. As part of this move, the government of Ethiopia has designed an agricultural development-led industrialization strategy to boost its economy. Enhancing agricultural productivity is one priority that helps to alleviate food insecurity, which affects the lives of millions in Ethiopia across the country. Talking to EBC English, Farm Africa Country Director Shawit Emmanuel said her office is registering remarkable achievement aligned with sustainable development goals to ensure food security in Ethiopia.
Most of the beneficiaries that work with us have graduated even from from aid to becoming self-sufficient, but also they've improved and they're planting trees of fruits right now and exporting coffee to the international markets. So before they were just selling to the local market, now they're selling to international market, earning foreign currency by themselves.
As part of this move, Agri-Pilot Projects, which is implemented by her office, has lifted the lives of small-scale farmers and recognized by international institutions. Information is showing that the pilot projects that has been implementing in Oromia and Somali states surpassed the income of small-scale farmers by 143%.
The climate in Ethiopia has changed significantly, with drought affecting us more frequently than the past. And so we work with the farmers to move from subsistence farming to a much modern and climate smart agriculture, so they are able not only to improve and maintain their agriculture despite the climate change and shocks, but also contribute to the economy, become part of the market and value chain, so they are part of the growth story as well. They're not left behind.
Despite success stories, the country director expressed some bottlenecks which facing the implementation of agri-pilot projects in various parts of the country.
Access to improved seeds is a challenge, and fertilizers is still a challenge. And unfortunately, with the current situation in Ethiopia and lack of foreign exchange, the availability is not as much as it used to. So that is quite an issue for us. And of course, availability of the local government is also an issue because because of the situation, sometimes their attention is diverted, or you cannot find them on the ground. They're probably in trainings and so on. And so we have challenges in terms of the pace we want to continue. And of course, security disruption is a big challenge for us.
FAM Africa is planning to expand its effective pilot projects into other regions so as to increase agricultural productivity by supporting small-scale farmers.
And finally, Israeli defense troops say they have now taken control of Hamas' stronghold in the north of the Gaza Strip. It is 1 month since the surprise Hamas attack on Israel that left 1,400 people dead and around 240 others kidnapped. Shagama tells more on that from BBC News.
1 month on from the darkest of days, by the Western Wall, the holiest place where Jewish can pray, a candle was lit for each of the estimated 1,400 lives lost, and outside on the wall of Jerusalem's old city, the faces of some 240